Oh man, look, we are here. Oh my goodness, guys. I know you guys miss me. I know you guys want to hear all the good stuff. Welcome, welcome, welcome from the battle to the glory. Yes, it's been glorifying weekend for me. But before I get into my weekend, I want Lady T to let us know how her weekend was. Let us know how it was.
Oh, yeah. I had a fun-filled weekend with my cousin who kinda high maintenance in a way. Yeah, kinda. But, it was his birthday weekend, so, it was great. Had a great time. Enjoyed the love and the laugh, always good to be around family, so I enjoyed your company. It was great. I'm glad you came. It was like, a fresh air came in with all the rain that we had, and then the sun came out. I was like, oh, the sun came out for you. Yeah, it was good.
Yes, it was great. Listen, guys, listen. With that, I started out went to one of my other cousins' house down there. We went out to eat and we just had a glorious time. We just laughed. I talked with a lot of people. I met people down there. We just had a good time, just laughing and just having a great time celebrating my birthday. And then the big epic weekend, at King Movement. See, I got one of my little hoodies on. I got there. You see my hoodie I got on? Yeah. Strong in the Lord, Ephesians 6:10. Yes, it was powerful. Met a lot of famous people. It wasn't even about famous, but I've met them. Was Tim Ross, Allen Houston. I can't even say his name, but all I know him from is Bubba Shrimp. He played on Waiting to Excel. He played on Forrest Gump and some other movies. Just taking pictures with him and some other people. Uh, and let me show you how God really. We always talk about this divine connections. The people that's supposed to be in your life, the people that you are supposed to connect and grow together and bond with, even when times get rough, you have the right people in your life. There was a young man that I follow on his podcast. His podcast is, and check him out. He's great. He's a great guy. I love him, man. When I met him, it was nothing but embrace, nothing but love. But let me tell you, his podcast is Harrison Family Values. Harrison and Family Values. He's on YouTube. You guys can check him out. He's a great guy. But let me show you how, like I said, let me get back to the story about the connection. All right, so we was getting ready to check in, and I had turned around, and he had walked in front of me. Now he didn't get in front of me, but he was like walking in front of me to check in. And I said, "Yo, this guy look mad familiar." So I'm looking. I'm like, yo, I don't want to just go up to him like, "Yo, my man, you got a podcast?" So I was like, "All right, let me wait." So we walk in, we check in. So when I get in there, I sit down. Now, he sits right in front of me, so I get a real good view of him. And so I said, "Let me look at my phone." So I looked. I wanted to see anything that was distinguished, like the detail, so I could make sure that it was the right person. So he has a part on his head. So I said, "Yo, perfect, that's him." So I waited till the time was right. I didn't want to just walk up to him and ask him no silly question like that, but I waited. So they was like, stand up and introduce yourself to somebody that you don't know. So I introduced myself to a couple of people. So then y'all gotta excuse my voice because I was worshiping, praising all weekend. So I'll get to that story too. Um, so I introduced myself to him. So I said, "Listen, I embraced him. I gave him a hug and I said, 'Yo, brother, do you have a podcast?' He said, 'Yeah.' I said, 'Oh, perfect.' I said, 'Look, we'll talk later. We're chopping up later.' So lunchtime came. So I told him who I was, and I was like, "Look, I follow you on YouTube. I like your podcast. I mean, I made a comment, you made it back, and I said, look, this is how God connects you." And then, man, listen, it was just like a genuine connection. You know, he's a humble dude, calm. We just had conversation after conversation. We got to know one another, talked about our value, a little bit of our values, a little bit of ourselves. He has a big family. I have a big family. And you know, he's definitely a man of God, you know, and it was his first time coming in as well as mine. And so this is what I wanted. And from the whole trip, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, he lives like 20 minutes away from me. So 20 minutes, man of God, you know, and Roddy not here today, but he always laugh and bug it out. Spirit of discernment, I tell you. The spirit that he carries, I want to just be like, yo, brother, I love you, because I felt it. Like he was there, he was genuine, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about meeting people, and you want to be vulnerable sometimes. Sometimes you can't be, and he is the type of guy that I know that's going to be not just holy, righteous, but a good friend, a good brother, and always transparent. And vulnerable. You know, we still got growing to do, but this is the type of connection that I wanted through this. Also, the vice president and the president is connected to me as well. The president of the charter in Jersey, he interviewed my sister's boyfriend. So that was like, oh my goodness, are you serious? I seen the interview too, but I didn't recognize his face. But then as time went on, you know, people told me what he do and everything. I was like, yo, that's cool. That's what's up. Boom. So the vice president, me and him played basketball for a long time. He's like, I'm the vice president. I was like, oh, so I got his number. So now, you know, it's all about building, but it's also, you know, building a relationship that we could grow together as men, as fathers, as husbands, and just come together and see how we can navigate and teach other brothers how to overcome in this world. Because I'm telling you, the world we live in right now has the young men distorted, you know, that their minds are, you know, manipulated, you know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of men don't go to church, because of the manipulation, because of not being vulnerable. Some people that's, you know, in ministry, not being vulnerable, not telling the truth that they've been through, you know, the trenches. And so that this was like I said, a great experience. So before I get into the topic, I want to tell y'all why my voice, y'all gonna laugh. I'm gonna tell y'all why my voice is like this. I gotta speak in the mic so y'all can hear me clear. All right. So they was doing a prayer, and the guy said, give God the praise, give God the glory. Yo, nobody said nothing at first. So God was like, oh, to me, I'm being honest and transparent. There's no story. I'm just telling you how it is. You know what I'm saying? Some people like, oh, this guy making fun. No, I'm telling you like it is. So God said, oh, now mind you, I said nobody said nothing. God said, oh, you're not gonna say my name? So I'm like, I'm trying to, you know, register that. He said, oh, second time he said, oh, you're not gonna say my name? The guy was like, praise God. Nobody was saying nothing. So in this loud pitch, I just start calling out Jesus. Jesus, Jesus. As soon as I did that, everybody started praising God. Like when I tell you, that's why my voice like this. That's why it's like this. It's just, that's the worship that I was doing. And listen, after that, my voice started getting a little lower and lower, but it didn't stop me from talking. It didn't stop me from, you know, networking. And it wasn't even about the networking, but because it was a lot of men that were there that were looking for the advice, looking for that genuine love, looking for that, inspiration. One young man sat at the table with us, and he just came out and said what he's struggling with. And I told him, I said, listen, it's not going to be easy. It's a tough road. But know this, now that you a part of this community, calling your brothers in your city that's there, get with them. When you're struggling, when you're going through something, call them. Put them to the fire. Put them to the test, because that's what they're there for, to keep you encouraged, to have accountability partners, and just so you can be strong and go through your storm, go through your trials and tribulations, not by yourself, but with a team of men that's going to encourage you, uplift you in the storm. So that was my weekend. And this Sunday, we're doing a birthday dinner for me. My wife's doing a birthday dinner for me. Yeah, because I was out of town on my birthday. So we getting a couple of people together to celebrate my birthday. And I can't wait. Um, I already start working on my speech, because I do have a speech prepared, because some of the people that are attending, no, some of
Yeah,
the
you
people that's,
serious? Yeah,
yeah,
I hear.
some of the people that's attending has been a great impact in my life, but not in a great impact, but they support. Also, they help me have this different perspective, this mindset of doing what I'm supposed to do and what I'm called to do. And I'm okay with that. I accept that, because it's not just a challenge, but it keeps me rooted. It helps me sustain when things get rough. It helps me. They're helping me with my decision making, and I'm blessed to have them in my life. And not only that, they keep me encouraged uh, from the things that they go through, and so that's the moral of the story for me. I can't wait. I'm excited. Um, the King movement is definitely something that most men should want to be a part of and attend. Not only attend, because, like I said, it strengthens you. Women do it all the time. Women empowerment. They get together, and I promise you, when they get together, it's not all about gossiping. They sometimes they just open up, whether they know each other or not. Sometimes when they open up, they start crying, and men feel like they can't do that. No, that's false. When you're hurting, and when you're sad, and something is broken inside of you, you got to talk about it. You got to get it out. You got to release it. And that's why we have therapy, is because it's needed. When you got something that you, especially trauma, when you got trauma, don't think you could do it all by yourself. Don't think you're going to be able to overcome that just by yourself. You're not. I'm telling you to your face, you're not going to be able to do it. If you don't have God in the middle of it, you're not going to be able to do it. You're going to stay broken. You're going to get into relationships. And guess what? Those relationships that you get is going to be broken, because you need healing. You need a sense of renewal. How do you renew your mind? And you always have that hurt and that pain inside. You got to renew your mind. And when renewing your mind, it helps you release that, because we all have pain. We all have sorrows that we deal with, that we cope with. No, renew your mind, change it, let it go, release it. But now we're going to get into the topic, because I was just spinning off, because I tell you, the weekend was great. How do we control our negative thoughts? Lady T, take it away. How do we control it? Just give us some ideas. Like, how do we control those negative thoughts? How do we do it?
I mean, you got to want it for yourself, number one. I mean, look, what do I always say? You have to take care of you. You have to heal thyself. You have to learn how to communicate within yourself. God is within, not outside. So you have to recognize it. I say self-awareness is a big word in my life lately, being aware of yourself, being aware of what you are thinking is probably the first thing I would think. Like, you have to pay attention to your thoughts. You have to look at your thoughts and ask, why did I just think that? Why did I say that out of my mouth? Why did I do this? Ask the question why, because there's something deep in there. And you might not get the answer right then and there, but you're going to at least open the door of what it could be, why you do what you do. So I think it's basically self-awareness. Number one, controlling means that you are consistent. There is a practice, there is a skill in doing a control. Control does not happen overnight and you just automatically do it with magic. No, it don't work like that. Everything is persistency. Everything takes, consistency. You have to continuously do whatever it is to control, whatever it is. So being aware of yourself and knowing how you are acting, how you're thinking, how you're being. And if you really let your ego go to the side, because, that's the one big thing. Lately, everybody's got big egos, big little egos. I got it, definitely. And I have to check myself. I have to check that little ego of mine to say, you know what, just sit back, let whatever happen, just let it marinate inside you and watch the spirit move. That's what we have to do. Like, we have to learn how to just inhale and not react, exhale and not react, and just let it sit. Because the ego, that little self of us, our flesh, whatever you want to call it, the word is something that is not of the spirit, where you're being loving, where you are just being all about self. You have to pay attention to it. So I would say the first thing to control is self-awareness, paying attention to yourself, looking at yourself, evaluating yourself, and try to put the ego to the side. Because controlling negative thoughts is very difficult, especially when you have been, in real traumatic situations. It's not easy to just control your negative thoughts or hatred or whatever, feelings that are not helpful to your life. I mean, it takes discipline.
So let me, well, I always tell people this is how do you control your negative thoughts? It's the things that you watch on TV, right? The things that you were listening to. That's like food to your soul. So if you, like I said, if you always, I don't care who they are. This ain't my opinion. This is a fact. This how every person's now. I'm not saying this not to be an opinion. It's a fact. Our brains work like this. Our brains, I said ours, including yours. If you watch something negative all the time, it resonates with your spirit. It resonates with you. You're not going. You're going to start thinking. It's going to play on your mind. It's going to have. You're going to start to have an imagination. You're going to start saying, You're going to start to some of the things you might start applying to your life. That's all you know. That's all you see. So it's going to be a part of you. Because guess what? Just because we become old doesn't mean that our brain is not like a little sponge. It's not like a child, but it's still a sponge, because now that's what you're absorbing. That negative energy. It's always fighting. It's always cursing. I'm talking about always. I ain't talking about Monday and then you okay. I'm talking about constant. It's a constant thing. It's repetitive. Like you said, guess what? Consistency. So when you do things consistency, guess what? It's like I'm always doing this. Guess what? Now it just come out. Boom. Negative. Boom. Nothing positive. But now let's turn it the other way. Look, you're always reading the word. You're always around people that's encouraging, uplifting. You never arguing. You always talk about something that's going to, have you thinking on a positive level. You reading, you watching spiritual things. You listen to interviews that they're talking about how you can increase your life spiritually, naturally. all those things. Guess what? What doesn't happen? It rubs off on you. It becomes your personality. It becomes your
I don't,
character.
I don't agree with that.
You know, you
No,
don't
I
agree
don't
with it.
agree with that. Think about it. There are people that do not want to do those things.
No, no,
They
no.
just
Lady T. No, we said. I'm not. I mean, I don't mean to say it like that. It's how you control. Not everybody gonna do what they want to do. It's how you can control it. So you can do whatever you want. The person can do whatever they want, but how do they control it?
and you're saying, look at different things, read different things, listen to different things, right? That's what you're
Positive,
saying.
right? Right.
Positive. But that's my point. I don't think that people, don't have entertainment on positive things all the time. A lot of people are like, I'm not trying to hear that. It's not entertaining. It doesn't feed the soul at the time. There are people that just are not for the spirituality. They're not for the, oh, good talk to me type of talk. There's a lot of people like that. So that's why I was saying, like, I understand your point, but people have to know what they are doing. They have to be self-aware. They actually have to know. Like, you can sit up here and talk to anybody till they're blue in the face about something that you believe so strongly about that will help them, and they're not going to hear you because they don't see for themselves something that you see in them, like
Right.
that is possible. So the person has to be really self-aware of their own self.
Lady T, I got one for you. Here we go. So at the King movement, you know what? And this is real, and that's just transparency, right? I'm gonna be open, right? You know the number one thing that men in church, outside of church, just living this life, and you said how you can control it, right? Pornography. That is big. How do you control that? That is a thought process. How do you control it? You don't just because you don't do it. I'm
Okay.
asking you.
Okay. All right.
How?
So I'm gonna put myself in the shoes to say I am addicted to pornography. Okay. So this is how I would control it. I would learn to say, is this something that's beneficial? That's number one. Okay. That's number one. You always have to look at
Porno-
life and see.
but
Hear me out. This is
all right,
me evaluating. Okay. Putting
okay,
myself to say I have this issue. All right.
okay.
So I'm going to say, is this beneficial? There will be some benefits in this. Okay. But I also have to say, what is the negative? If my outlook on life does not say that I am doing something wrong or hurtful, I'm not going to change. But if I have what you are talking about, which is a religion, a personal relationship with spirit, I'm going to say it's called religion, because we always talk in religious talk. But if a person will sit up here and say, oh, but you know what? I feel so ashamed for doing what I'm doing, and I need to change, because a religion can do shame very well on a person to make them say, you're not doing what you should be doing. Oh yeah,
But
I'm gonna get
but
deep with you.
okay, but I'm hold up, but I'm
Okay,
asking
you
you a
asked me.
question. No,
So
but
I'm telling
let's
you,
say I want you to stay. No, because
I'm
you
gonna get there.
no the pornography, right? Look,
Yeah.
it's a hindrance. I don't care to who it's
But
a
it's
hindrance.
not always. What I'm trying to say is you are always making it sound as if this your way of it is the only way. And I'm like, no, man. There
So you
there
said
there
pornography?
the
Wait.
pornography
What?
pornography for some people is not what it is to us. That is what I'm trying to say.
Can you?
Some people look at it like this. Some people do not have the capacity, I'll say mental capacity, to understand how we think as Christians. Okay. When I'm going to say, I'm very serious, because we
All
are
right.
to, okay. So you're looking at me like, you're confused,
Yeah, I'm
but
definitely confused. I'm definitely confused.
oh, look who we got. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Hi, Lady T.
Oh yeah.
So
Go ahead,
some
finish your
people,
thing.
yeah. Okay. Some people don't have the mental capacity to, understand that pornography is not good for them, not good for their body. They just look at it as, this is a material thing that I can have, and I benefit from getting this thing that is pleasurable. What's wrong with that? I have no religion. I have no shame. Those people are out there. So how do you talk to them?
Okay, now, so listen. First of all, it is a image that they do not have, that they want. That's number one. It's an image. So because that's pornography is something that builds a desire that can ruin you. It's like an addiction. It's an addiction. So you can't say that there is a good addiction. Addiction is addiction.
No, if an addiction is if you're doing it all the time, and we didn't say that. We said pornography. We're saying pornography. We didn't say addiction. So don't put addiction in it.
Anybody that watch pornography, they are addicted to it, because they don't just watch it.
What'd you say?
I said that's not true. Go ahead.
Thank you. That's not true.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold on. Listen, if you watch pornography on Monday and then you go and watch it on Friday and then you go watch it on Tuesday, you addicted to it. Just because it's not consistent, you're still addicted to it, because guess what? It's something that can hinder you. It's not something, anything that's addictive, it can hinder you. Let's say I was addicted. Listen, watch this. Let's just say, because I'm not, let's just say I was addicted to the game. The game, that addiction, me to be addicted. I'm married. So if I was addicted to the game, guess what? It will hurt my marriage, because guess what? I'm paying more attention to my game than my wife. So it's still an addiction that can still hinder you. So that's the level of the addiction. That addiction that I have on the game. Listen, I'm supposed to be spending time with my wife. I'm not. Guess what? Now, guess what? My wife starts to feel neglected. And now, because of her neglection, guess what? Now she go out and do something else. See how my addiction caused her pain. My addiction caused her suffering, because guess what? She says, now you love your game more than you love me. You don't even spend time with me. So now that's an addiction. So that addiction can cause and afflict pain on others. But now you talk about pornography. Listen. If you're in a marriage, you're in a relationship, guess what? And you addicted to pornography. How do you get out of that? You got to, that's what I'm saying. It's an addiction. Pornography is hurting you. It hurts you, because now you put that desire and that one on the woman that you want to be. And guess what? She's not that woman. You have a desire for that woman that you're watching. Go ahead, Ronnie. You want to chime in? Let's go, man.
Too much of anything is dangerous. That whether it's positive or negative, it can still be dangerous, and you can be addicted to positive things. My brother is addicted to his wife. My brother is addicted to my brother has, so everybody has different things. I do not have an addictive personality. Yes, I do suffer with alcohol, but it was very easy for me to just give it up. My personality, now my brother is totally different. He has an addictive personality. A beer is dangerous to him. You know what I'm saying? If he drinks a beer, the next thing is crack. And that's how addictive his personality is. He can't even deal with a beer. And me, myself, I don't have an addictive personality. I can do anything. And I can't say anything because I haven't done anything, because I don't have that thing. But you know what I'm saying? Like for instance, porn. I don't have I've seen porn. I can say that I've honestly watched it before, but I watch it, go about my day. That's the end of that. I don't have to. Some people don't have that personality where they're easily addicted to things, and some people do. And I've seen that, it's just how their mental process. My brother's mental thought process is way different than mine. And me and him have had that discussion. He knows that he can't drink a beer. He knows that a beer will lead to everything else because he's addicted. And the thing and he says, I just have to have healthy addiction. And my healthy addictions right now is my wife, church, Scrabble, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Everything he does it to the fullest. He doesn't have that personality where he can play a game and then play it once. You know what I'm saying? He's going to play the game till he beats the game, masters the game, and nobody else can beat him in that game. That's how my brother plays. That's how his addiction works with him. Me myself, I could play something and go, that sucks, and I'll never play it again. But I mean, but to go back to that whole controlling negative thoughts, I kind of wanted to add in say a little something about that. I mean, I do agree with you on what you surround yourself with has a heavy impact. But the thing that you do like to do that I agree with Lady T is you like to give everything an infinite number. Like you said, if you watch porn, you're addicted. That's not true. You know what I'm saying? You can't give that infinite number on every person because everybody is different. And everything is different. My way to control my negative thoughts, it may be different than your way. You know what I'm saying? And different than Lady T's. I'm sure Lady T is way smarter than both of us. She ain't gonna get easily negative thought. You know what I'm saying, in her head compared to me and you. You know what I'm saying? Lady T ain't gonna fall for that. You know what I'm saying? Me and you. We see
Lady
some
T,
sign.
that's inside. That's inside.
That was inside.
Yeah.
But you know,
but
it's great.
But Ronnie, so let
Yes,
me ask
sir.
you something. All right. So because she said earlier, she said that we tell you about porn, right? And she said somebody that's not saved. Let me ask you something. What is the purpose of porn?
Entertainment.
Thank you.
Of what?
Sex.
What do you mean?
No. Be real, Rodney. No, it's not just entertainment. It is definitely not just for entertainment. What does it do?
It makes you aroused, I guess.
Curious.
Does it make you curious? I don't know. I don't.
Yeah.
I think
curious.
A lot of
curious. Look,
people that don't know
what porn does
about
for me is going to be different. I just don't have it. I don't even like porn. I'm one of those people. I've watched it and I'm not entertained. I'm the dude that talks about the acting. I'm like,
exactly, and that's right, Rodney. That's what I was gonna say. There are people that watch porn just for the acting, just for the body look, just to see what it looks like. That's why I say curious. It is about something to see that's different, of course.
Okay, now look, you said gratification, entertainment. Look, now let me ask you something. Why you think it's not open in public. It's hidden.
Of course.
What do you mean it's not? How is it hidden? It's not hidden no more.
It has. What you mean it's not hidden no more?
It's not hidden no more. You can go on TikTok and watch porn.
Man,
what do you mean?
You ain't watching no porn, no TikTok.
But
yes, absolutely you can. 100%.
Everything.
But look.
I'm telling you, it's true. You 100%. You can. If you look for it, you'll find it. You ain't gotta. It ain't hard.
You talking about explicit stuff? I'm talking about real porn. But look, I'm saying.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
What's the difference? Porn is porn. A sin is sin. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Liquor is liquor. There's no real difference.
So you said. So what you said? Porn not a sin?
No, I didn't say that. Did I say that?
Oh.
Did I say porn was not a sin? I said, but I'm saying you're saying like there's hardcore porn and there's softcore porn. It's still porn. All together, it's still the same. I mean,
Lord Jesus.
It's the hidden part, meaning that you are saying that the act is hidden behind doors.
Why?
Is that what you're saying? I mean, it's supposed to be that way. We don't have sex out in the public. You know that. So, it's supposed to be hidden. You know that because of the act of it. It is intimate. It is personal. It is private. That's the act of it.
So in other words, you saying, listen, that a person that watch porn, right? They don't have issues.
Not always. No, I don't.
Well, I'm here to tell you. I'm here to tell you that yes, they have issues.
Of course, you would say that because you are judgmental.
No,
you are judgmental.
How do you? That's that blanket that you put on people. Because people that watch Ronnie, they got issues.
Hey, Ronnie, let me tell you something. Okay, let me see. This is what I do. Okay, I watch porn. Right, so I'm speaking from experience. You see today. Guess what? I realized that it was building up a desire that I wanted And guess what? It was damaging my relationships because guess what? Those are women that I wanted, but guess what? I was dealing with some other women, and I guess what? I had this expectation. And because I had this expectation, I thought they were supposed to do that. They wasn't. See, it builds up this expectation, what you think it's supposed to be, but it's not. It's a desire that it builds up, and you go like, I want this. Not just for me, T.
For
T,
you.
no.
It's for a lot of people.
That
Maybe
is
for a lot of people. You might be the majority, but it's not everybody.
I'll agree with that too. But it's not all the time like that.
Look, T.
Not for me.
But you don't watch it.
That's what I'm saying. The reason why I don't watch it is because I don't get that same gratification that you do.
I don't get no gratification. I don't watch it. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying when you did watch it.
I struggled with that. But the thing about it is that I said I struggled with it. The thing about it is that guess what, T? If like Ronnie said, he don't watch it because don't do nothing for him, right? Right?
Yeah.
But guess what? At the end of the day, his not having a desire to watch it, guess what? He already most likely he already probably had somebody that he was going to be with. So now his discipline on saying, you know what, I don't want that. I only want this woman. I only need this woman. That's it.
You take it too far sometimes. I swear you do. I don't know how you get to where you go, but you get there too fast, too far, and I be wanting to just bring you back in, and I just be hurting over here. But let me just say this. Some people only do it Valentine's Day, or their birthday, or somebody's birthday. Like there's reasons why people do it for entertainment and they don't do it as an addiction. Okay. Everybody does not think like you, act like you, or behave in the same way. Like you just have to know there's always differences. Everybody's not the same. Yeah. It drives me crazy when you do that. And I'm so glad Rodney came on because I had a feeling we were going to get deep on this.
But Lady T,
there's male gynecologists that look at it all day. Now, and the last thing, and then when they get home, the last thing I'm saying they look at women's bodies all day long. Oh. And then the last thing when they go is when they get home, they don't want to look at a woman's body all day. So I mean, I'm using that in the same sense as porn. There's people who are addicted to porn. I agree with you. There's people that I don't understand. I've told you about the conversations I've had with people, and they told me that they had to throw their phone out the window because to control their porn addiction. And I was blown away because I don't understand that. But I do believe that it is real. And I can't put that on everybody else. Just because I'm not that type of person doesn't mean that other people are not that type of person. And just because you have this attraction, I'll use past tense, that attraction to porn, and these were the reasons why you had it, does not mean that's the reason why somebody else has it. You know what I'm saying? It just, every person is different, and every person's thought process and addictions are different. Somebody might be addicted to porn. Somebody might be addicted to there's a lot of other things. I'm trying to think of something better, but I mean, your addictions are different according to you. You know what I'm saying? And just like people may not understand what my fight was with alcohol. They might say, oh, alcohol's nasty. I don't understand how you drink it. I don't understand this. I don't understand that. And then that's for them to understand. They will never have my problem. But that's the same thing you got to put on everybody, but you can't put everybody in the same bucket. You can't say, oh, if you watch porn, you're addicted. Nah, you can't say that. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody gave me a job,
what you want to say?
They paid me enough money to sit and watch porn all day. I would sit and watch it for the money, and I wouldn't care about doing all the other gratification stuff.
You gonna sell yourself out for money? No, you ain't selling yourself
for an easy job. I'm selling out for an easy job.
No, see, that's what
that's the easiest job in the world. It's the same thing as somebody told me to play video games all day. You know what I'm saying? There's people that get paid for that, and there's people that look at that as a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? They don't want their husbands playing video. I mean, I remember my wife said to me this one time, and I told her when she said it to me, don't ever say it again. But she said to me, she was like, oh, because one of my boys came over, I was playing the game, and he was like, oh man, how come you still playing like a kid Only kids play games. You're a grown man. And I looked at him and I shook it off. Later on, my wife comes to me and she's like, yeah, you know, why can't you be a grown man like him? And I looked at her and I said, that nigga cheating on his wife right now. He going over there cheating on his wife.
You gotta expose his business like that.
Right now. Right now. You know where he came from when he came over here? He came from his mistress. You know what I'm saying? So he doing adult stuff. So yeah, don't ever compare me to somebody else. I'm me. You should be happy I'm here playing these games and not at a bar drunk, not doing these things. You know, still taking, you know, this is my release. You know what I'm saying? You know what his release is? He go to his girlfriend. So now, don't, you know, so like I said, you can't put everybody in the same barrel. You can't, because, you know, you don't know what that person's doing or what that person's going through.
It's all temptation. What you were talking about, Chef, you were talking about temptation. Everybody's temptations are different. So, you know, if you are tempted on certain things and then you feel that is pulling on your heart and it, you know, it's not supposed to be, then that's because that's your temptation. But that's what I say about paying attention to ourselves, paying attention to being aware, what we think, how we act, why we do what we do, and learn how to work with it. You know, that's the key. You're not going to sit up here and be able to fake the funk by, you know, getting rid of your phones and getting rid of your iPads and never getting online. You know, those things to try to get rid of your bad habits, it's not going to work. You just have to learn how to easily and every day control it somehow. You know, there's a control in everything. We have to have boundaries on everything in life.
So that's why it's the things that you watch, the things that you listen to. You got to take those things out and put the good in. That's it. I'm standing on that.
It's a good.
I'll put a stamp on it.
I agree with you. It's good practice. The only thing I say is everything doesn't work for everyone.
No, but you're right. But Rodney, that's the key. We're here to help people, to help them navigate. You know what I'm saying? On those addictions. And like I said, right now, that's the biggest. I mentioned that because that's the biggest thing right here that a lot of men struggle with. It's pornography.
Yeah, but
marry and they in relationships and they got beautiful women and they still struggle with that, Lady T.
Yeah.
Listen, you will never know that because you're a woman.
I want you to know that.
No, I know.
There's women that struggle with porn.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about men. I'm talking about men that struggle with that. She won't know because she don't really talk to the men like that. I do.
I do too. I have friends. Like I have people that talk to me.
So they just come to you. They just come to you and say, Lady T, I got
you in a bubble. You're not allowed to talk to men at all. Okay, whatever you do, you are not allowed to talk to men.
Rodney, stop it. She know what I'm talking about.
That's exactly it.
She ain't going. Look, she ain't going. They ain't coming to her and say, "Oh, Lady
I
T,
have friends, you know.
You got friends. I'm talking about more than just them. Other people that you don't know. They say, you know what, I got an addiction, and they just come to you and say, yo, I need help. How can you help me? No, they ain't doing that. It's your friends. Man.
You be making up your own stories, and I be rejecting your stories all the time. I just want you to know I can't take your stories the way that you tell them to me about my life. I just be like, no, thank you.
Lady T ain't got no friends, ain't got no
people. I am so glad you're here, Rodney, boy.
Lady T, yeah, as far as he concerned, you in a bubble.
Yep.
You don't get to experience nothing. But it's all good. Lady T, I ain't gonna tell you how bad Chef Dennis did me dirty coming to visit my family too. I've been fighting control of my
listen, I didn't tell you. That's right. I'm sorry, my family and friends. I didn't tell you I went to Rodney's house. Oh my goodness, Rodney, I want him to tell y'all first because they had my stomach hurting. Go ahead, Rodney. Tell him.
You go ahead. You tell him how your experience was, and then I'm gonna tell him the truth afterwards. What he did. Yeah. How my in-laws did me dirty, but we can. You know, we can finish this and do it at the end if you want to talk about it at the end. You want to, that way I don't want to hijack it, but I do got this plumber getting ready to come. I don't know when he coming through, but he ain't get here yet. So.
Yeah.
I said this come.
Listen, we'll get
it in.
Yeah, we gonna get it. Listen, I went there. I went to the in-laws. Talking with them, and every day we sat down, had dinner, and listen. What was the two couple that was there?
Man, you made me forget her. You made me forget their name, but why am I blanking? It starts with a C. I remember the Cummins. Mr. and Mrs. Cummins. Yeah.
Oh man, listen, that was husband and wife.
My two favorite people. My two favorite friends are my in-laws.
Look, they was over there talking, and I'm telling you, they was hilarious. So the wife remind me of my stepmom's. She passed already, but she remind me of her so much. She just bold. She say whatever she gonna say. She what? Mm-hmm. Boy, she gonna say what she gonna say. And so, his in-laws, the pops. I call him pops. Pops, listen.
See that? You see that? 25 years. I ain't called him pops once. Mr. Perry. That's his name. Mr. Perry is his name.
Look, they
told him they can call him. He can call him pops. Yeah. He was the son-in-law they always wanted. That's what happened over there. Yeah. They pushed me to the side and everything to sit and talk with Chef Dennis. It was crazy. I was like, oh no, this is supposed to be my friend. Pops done got his phone number. He talking about he want to be on his podcast. I was like, what about my podcast? He didn't even know the name of my podcast. He was like, I know nobody want to be on Kid Mental Day Out, whatever it's called. It's like I'm trying to be from the battle to the glory. That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, it was. And then he ate all my food. You know what I'm saying? Came over there, ate all the fried chicken, ate the turkey wings and all the green beans.
They fed me good, boy. I had a good time with them. Man, when we was leaving though, oh my goodness, my stomach was hurting on the ride back to the Candy House. Boy, my stomach was hurting when she was getting that water. She kept asking.
Yeah, she kept on asking for water.
She was drinking the water, and she just kept asking, fill it up. Oh my goodness, bro! It's easy for us to say it like this, but it was just so hilarious just to see them in motion. But I had a lovely time. I forgot to tell y'all about that. Went to Roddy's family house, and they lovely. Yeah, man, they lovely. I mean, and now, so Lady T, I'm definitely going. Because they live close. I'm gonna definitely scoop you up, and we gonna come down because I'm gonna have wifey with me too. Okay. They want me to cook too, so they gonna cook something. I'm gonna cook probably at Candy House, and then I'm gonna bring the food on over there. We gonna have a big dinner because they said they want to taste my food now. So I said, oh yeah, I love that. So yeah, you want to taste my food? I'm making Southern food too. Nothing gourmet, just Southern. Right down. Barbecue chicken, fried chicken,
make it
macaroni.
Stick.
Listen, I'm gonna make them go to sleep. They're gonna be like this. Oh my, because I can't eat no more. They going to sleep.
Mrs. Cummins was questioning them and frying them every time he said something. She was like, "Oh no, baby, we don't do that in the South."
I know. Yeah.
Oh no, baby. Every time he said, "Oh no, baby," I was like,
"Yeah."
She was like, "What kind of barbecue you make?" He said, "Beef brisket." She said, "Oh no, baby." She was like, "I killed a pig right in front of you." You know what I'm saying? You got that. I need that pork shoulder. I'm gonna slice it right on out. Yeah, she was great. She was good. Yeah, it was a good time though. We had a great time. My daughter has not stopped talking about it. Now she like, Daddy, I can't believe how they treat you over there. I was like, I told you, baby, they've been treating me bad for years. She was like, yeah, they talk about Chef Dennis this, Chef Dennis that, Chef Dennis this. Like, you wasn't even there. I said, I know. I was like, ain't that something? I was like, you see how they trade you? Yeah. So, my daughter's still talking about it. Yeah. So,
but
they love you.
No, of course they love him.
Yes, they do.
He married to his daughter. Their daughter. Is she the only child? Yeah.
No, her brother.
I know. Yeah, her brother. Like I said, that definitely was. Oh man, it was. And you know what, Lady T, that was the last day too. To top off the whole weekend. That was the last day, and I remember. Yep. That was a. Oh man,
Yeah, I'm so glad y'all got together. I was so happy to hear y'all were gonna get together. That was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, good time. So
Yep, definitely. We got more to come, and definitely, we're gonna cook for them and everything for mom and pops. And it's
Lady T, we gotta get out. We gotta get out. I gotta find this mystery person because I seen you been glowing lately. So I know there's a mystery person somewhere. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't putting it out there. No, you don't like people being your business. But we gotta get a double date. Me and my wife love the double date. We'll go out to what you call it. We'll hook it up. So
Okay. I'll see if I can get a date. No, nobody really wants me. I stay in a bubble. You remember?
Oh yeah, you ain't got no friends. Yeah, you ain't got no friends.
I ain't got no friends. Nobody wants me.
Yeah. You only allowed to talk to old ladies. That's it.
You know.
Can't talk to nobody young about their addictions, personal problems, nothing.
No.
Especially no males.
Yeah, no males. Yeah.
No brothers, no cousins.
So Rodney, how do you control your negative thoughts then? Tell us.
To be honest with you, it's a lot of what you said. I do I noticed the difference. Like for me in the morning, for instance, I started this new job and everything, and then I get there early in the morning before everybody gets there. What I listen to while I'm getting started, it really sets my mood for the day. Like sometimes, y'all know I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan, but I noticed the difference between when I listen to Kendrick Lamar first thing in the morning, and then when I listen to my guy that I love is Marvin Mayo. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's just kind of blowing up in the Christian music.
He's
not Marvin, Mervin Mayo is how
Mervin Mayo. I know he's
Yeah. So he has a joint. He has a God did it. I listen to that first thing in the morning. It's two different. It just sets my tone from the day. So I've learned to set my tone in that right energy, that right even though I do love Kendrick Lamar, sometimes energy is needed, but but for me, it is about starting my day off correct, starting my day off with prayer, starting my day off with the right music, the right things to get my mind in that right mind of motion. You know what I'm saying? And that is really how I have to do it every day. If I don't do those things or adjust it in any way, I can feel the difference in my thought process, in my mannerisms, how I'm feeling that day, where I go into how I react to people. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you said, what you feed your body most likely is how you're going to give your day. If you feed yourself negative thoughts, then eventually, more than likely, those negative thoughts will come out. They will show. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like I said, great energy, great people. It's the reason why I wanted to be coming on here no matter what today. I got things going on in the background, but I was like, yo, I love, coming in here. And plus, I'm tired of you trying to beat up on Lady T all the time. Like she can't have an opinion. You know what I'm saying? But but it's a great thing to come on here. This cleanses my palate. This makes me feel energized in the day. And what you feed, like you said, what you feed yourself is really what's going to end the outcome at the end. So,
Hey, Lady T, how was your steak the next day?
I forgot to tell you, I haven't eaten it yet. I was gonna eat it tomorrow. I know it's still okay. It's what? How many days?
So Rodney, so she was like, she got a what was it, ribeye? She got a ribeye, and I told her, I said, "Oh, you getting a ribeye?" She said, "I'm getting a ribeye." I said, "Well, don't eat it well done. Don't make me upset." I said, "Don't make me upset." So I said, "Get it medium rare." She said, "Oh, medium rare." I said,
"You ain't gonna do medium rare. You can go medium."
I do medium. That's my normal.
Hey, what she eating? She ate that medium rare. She said, "Oh my goodness!"
It didn't have blood coming out. Like it looked very nice. I mean, yeah, it looked nice, and
wasn't it good?
Texture, yeah, it was totally different. So I understand. And I'm gonna eat that tonight. So I'll eat that tonight. What's today? Tuesday? Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah, but what I was telling her, like, yeah, most people don't understand. Think like, nah. Actually, it's the best when you eating quality red meat. That's quality, not just any type of meat. You know what I'm saying? And that was quality meat. You know what I'm saying? And so you want to eat that right so you can enjoy it. And I was happy that she did it. She said, "Oh, it's good." I said, "Yeah." And you know what, Tink? I know I didn't tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this now. That's the reason why restaurants have dim lights, because we eat with our eyes. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Because we eat with our eyes, and so some people, when they see that, they like, "Yo, take that off my table," you know.
Yeah.
And so, and
But tell why you wanted me to, because you did explain it to the waitress too, and try to get her.
Because what happens is our body digests it better, and it doesn't sit in your stomach as long, because your body can process it. The enzymes in your intestines can break it down, so it's soft. So it goes, as it breaks it down, it's able to do that. But if it's well done, medium well, it does not break down. It turns into like a brick. I always tell people this. I learned this in culinary school. I always tell them this. Just think about this. If you take a piece of meat that's like, let's just say is raw, right? And you put it in water, you'll see it break up. It breaks up, it like expands, right? But if you take that well done meat and you put it in water, guess what? It's gonna sit there. It's not going to dissolve like it would with medium rare. It will dissolve for a long time. It will stay. Actually, it would absorb the water. It will not break down. You can see it.
Yep.
And then also, yeah, you gotta grow.
Yeah, I gotta go, unfortunately. But I love my steak. I will eat it medium rare. I usually get it medium, but but I refuse to eat one that's well done. But I always thought it was more nutritious and stuff like that, like Miss Allison said.
Yes,
but thank you. It was good seeing y'all. Unfortunately, I gotta take care of this issue in my house.
All right, brother.
But I'll be listening. So.
All right. Also, Lady T, I did tell you that it's more nutritious.
But I knew that. I always knew
I'm
that.
talking about in medium. No,
medium. But I always did medium. I know when you said medium rare, that was taking it a step further down from where I was. I was on medium, so medium rare is going down to the more bloody type. But yeah, I agree. It was good. I'm gonna eat that tonight. So thank you for bringing that up, because I did kind of push it in my refrigerator.
But as we conclude, right? But the always remember, always respect what you say, and I'll listen to you. So don't ever feel like that when we go back and forth. But it's about, like I said, we always talk about it. It's all about encouraging. It's all about uplifting. We do have a guest tomorrow. I hope that she will be attending, because it is going to be real interesting. So tomorrow's topic is, let me see what I have.
A returning guest?
No, it's new.
Okay.
Tomorrow is, hold on. I wish she was up here. Tomorrow is what? This is gonna be juicy. Tomorrow's topic: why do women and men decide to live together before they get married?
I shook my head when I saw that. I was like,
But
I feel like we've had this conversation before. So
no, someone was talking to me and they brought it up. So I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and now this person that's coming on tomorrow, I mean, they probably be team you. They're gonna oppose what I say, because they but you know what? At least she told me she's very transparent, because she said, yeah, I could talk about that, because she said I used to shack up big time. So she coming with something dynamic. She's coming with a different story. But and I always say, we have these type of topics and these discussions because, yes, it's a faith-based conversation, but guess what? These conversations we need to have on a level to understand, okay, why a person makes these decisions. What's the purpose of it? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you going to live your life the way you want to live your life. It's all about encouragement. We can't tell you what to do. It's no dictatorship here. It's about encouragement. So when people come on here and they talk, they speak their truth, that at the end of the day, they're gonna leave with something, whether it's good or bad. They may love it, they may not like it. But at the end of the day, that's the goal, is to increase, that relationship, increase, the conversation, and have them think about something. How can you make your situation better or become a better person? We all can. We all can, have some type of increase on our personality, our character, our morals, you know what I'm saying? Our standards. We all can learn from one another. It's always about learning. And that's the good thing about it. And I think that's the greatest thing that we can do for people, in their mess, out of their mess. Because I'll tell you right now, just coming back from this fellowship, it's a lot of fakeness out here. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people pretending. And I'll tell you this all the time. I wish Roddy was here to hear this. I ain't dealing with nobody, no pretenders, no fakers.
I'm not surprised you said that.
I'm not. Hey, when it's time for me to talk to them, I'm gonna be transparent, open. I'm gonna respect them. They're gonna respect me. But far as me being your friend and knowing that you fake, listen, I'm gonna do my service to you. And if I need to listen to you at that particular time, I'm gonna listen. If I need to give you advice, I'm gonna give you advice. That's it. That's all I can give you. Because guess what? I gotta get to know you. First of all, before I make that decision, Lady T, I gotta get to know them.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta get to know if they real or they fake. Sometimes I could tell right from the start. They fake. They're not who they say they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I heard you earlier. You said you was tired. So listen, we gonna get up out of here. And listen, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's topic is gonna be juicy with our guests. Listen, it's gonna be special. I want you guys to be encouraged. Enjoy the rest of the evening. We love you. We out of here. Hold on, Lady T.
Deuces.